Welcome to the Navigating Cancer Together podcast. My name is Talaya Dendy. I am a 10-year cancer thriver, cancer doula, and owner of On the Other Side. I use my experience to help others get on the other side of cancer. This podcast is about sharing stories, resources, and information about all things related to cancer and wellness. I interview guests from all walks of life who are living with cancer, caregivers, and those who made it on the other side. Also, I talk with organizations, healthcare professionals, and experts in the health and wellness spaces who offer complementary and integrative care. Join me. We are in this together. Hello, and welcome to Navigating Cancer Together. I am your host, Talaya Dendy. Today, our very special guest is Bogdan Chuganov. Bogdan is a 17-year gastric cancer / stomach cancer survivor. He is an analytic brain owner who traveled around the globe to find people who had minimal mortality rates due to cancer. He found that diet played a big part in the low rates, and he also discovered the amazing healing properties of beehive products. Bogdan incorporated nutraceuticals that help people get and stay healthy under the Bee Magic and Health Republic. He personally tests and consumes all of his brand products in addition to sharing his experience and knowledge. I would like to note that Bogdan is not a medical doctor. Bogdan, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you, Talaya, for such nice introduction. Indeed, I have to add, do not expect perfect English from me as a guest because I am Ukrainian immigrant. Regardless of the fact I live in New York for 24 years, it's unfortunately something permanent that stay with us if we boil in the same pot in Brooklyn. We don't have much opportunity to speak clear, literate English. That's why I'm sorry in advance.
Thank you, Bogdan. And no worries. We're here for the information that you have to share. However, I do appreciate you explaining that to the listeners.
Thank you, Talaya, for inviting me. And of course, I found my assignment, my role now is to share with as many people as possible about my own practical endeavor in my life. In 2005, I've been identified with the stomach cancer. There are many stomach cancers by type. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know really, my type was adenocarcinoma, and it was absolutely occasional founding in my stomach because my uncle on my mom end been identified with cancer, and he died over 2 weeks after such discovery. That's why I've been forced to make with my cousin endoscopy and gastroendoscopy. And unfortunately, I've been found positive over that. 2 tumors been removed. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, I've been in 4 years under a Great Depression. Honestly to say, I thought many times about suicides, but thanks to my wife, thanks to my family, really felt that I have a lot of obligation to small children, wife, not English speakers. I took everything that required to hold myself in one piece. And after 4 years of such depression, I visited a lot of psychologists, psychotherapists. Nobody actually helped me. I decided to find these people, these folks, these country parts where death rate, cancer is low or doesn't exist at all. That's why I visited such countries as China, Brazil, New Zealand, India, special part of Russia, which is named Altai Republic, and Turkey wilderness. I spoke with many people. I learned their culture. I learned their daily diet. And I figure out that some people absolutely unconsciously, they do consume some natural products that do exist just around them. They do consume them just because they consume them every day. And I wonder why modern scientists never pay attention on such simple information. Why one people live longer, and not just longer, healthy life. They can die from tiger attack or from heart attack, but not from cancer. I'm a curious person. That's why I try to drill deeper. Yes, and I spent all my money for this traveling, staying. This country are not cheap. And I collected and incorporated under these two brands such natural stuff that I found healthy, that I found being a part of these folks' diets. There are Manuka honey, Shilajit, bee propolis extract from different countries, pollen, and another product that honestly there is no English translation, also beehive product. I can explain what this part, but probably you're not gonna find that. A beehive is a small society. Beehive really reminds me a small city or a town. It's a government, it's a queen, soldiers, workers, everything over there. And they do protect their house. By the way, a word propolis come to us from ancient Greek language, and it contains from two parts. Pro means defense, and polis means city. We all know from English metropolis, which is a big city. So propolis, defend of the city. So talking back about that ingredients that come from beehive, some insects or even mice, curiously or because of hunger, sometimes crawling inside the beehive. And bee soldiers kill these insects. And what they do with these insects, nobody knows. They don't have funerals, they don't have cemeteries, but Mother Nature is extremely genius and smart. They start to decompose these bodies. And when beekeeper remove frames with honey, they see something on the bottom. It's a dead pieces of that intruders. Beekeepers from several countries collect all this stuff. You're gonna be surprised. All this stuff smells not death. It smells very nice, natural. It requires several years to collect. That's actually why this stuff is so expensive, just probably. We are in the United States, don't have chance to buy it unless you have your own beehives or you have friends or relatives who possess that. That's actually how I learned about that. And as I said earlier, I am not able to find it except in 2 stores under Russian management, Russian immigrants management here in Brooklyn. You are not able to buy it legally. It's sort of stuff. Okay, I use meaning illegal because it's not packed. It doesn't exist. And yeah, that's why. So I put my stress on these products that I can bring to United States legit, and
Yes.
I can provide this product to American people, or doesn't matter. We have customers from Australia, from Japan, from Norway, Switzerland, Germany, Canada, name it, even from United Arab Emirates.
Thank you so much, Bogdan, for giving us more insight about the products and where they come from, and actually how you got started with this. And then also, I want to congratulate you on 17 years of survivorship. That is such a blessing. And I'm so happy that you're doing much better today. I have a specific question. Can you please explain to the listeners what nutraceuticals are and which ones that you use to help you heal from cancer?
Nutraceuticals, based on my understanding, are natural stuff, mostly described by meaning of word holistic. We should understand two opposite stuff meanings: pharmaceuticals and nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals based on everything that Mother Earth provides to us. Pharmaceutical is everything synthetic, man-made materials. I have nothing against pharmaceutical. Without pharmaceutical, our universe not gonna survive. But I do work for nutraceuticals, and specifically after cancer being removed, tumor being removed. That's actually why I do appreciate your listeners, your watchers' interest in nutraceuticals, because nutraceuticals, you have to understand them. Why should I consume nutraceuticals? Why not pharmaceuticals? I understood it for myself. For nutraceuticals are something Mother Nature provided to human body. It's natural for us. We can absorb up to 100% of goodness, of natural stuff from that nutraceuticals, while pharmaceuticals provides us only 5–10% of goodness from consumption. Our body was not designed by Mother Nature to absorb pharmaceutical stuff. We've been created to eat something from trees, from grass, to eat fish, to eat meat, to eat berries. We were not designed to consume pills or capsules. That's why I stay nutraceuticals problem. That's actually why I figure out that Manuka honey, a very special honey, is really helping me to develop very strong immune system. And based on my knowledge, based on my experience, immune system, immune barrier is the only stuff that can prevent me from cancer development. That's why I think then stronger your immune system, then less chances of you getting cancer repeatedly. Because honestly, I think, and I don't have any scientific proof of that, that cancer cells are with us forever, unfortunately. But I don't want to live inside illusions. I do understand about my aunt, because my mom died from cancer, my grandmom died from cancer, my grand-grandmom died from cancer. Unfortunately, I don't have a history from my father aunt. But unfortunately, yeah, I know approximately my timeline, my time age. That's why I want to compress my time and to make as many good things as I can. I am 57 already today. That's why actually thank you, Talaya, to invite me to your podcast. I try to share my real experience, my real life approach to fight with cancer. So far, as you mentioned, 17 years cancer-free. First time after 2005, it was every year colonoscopy and gastroendoscopy. After that, it was each 2 years. After that, each 3 years. Now I am on each 5 years period of checking. Yeah, it's gonna be in September. And of course I'm trembling because it's a horrible thing when you wake up after anesthesia and you meet with a doctor and you got such information.
Yeah.
Hello, come back, or thanks God you are free. I know what that feeling is. That's why I do completely understand those people who listen your podcast and who would like to share their experience and to provide any feedback about how they fight with cancer.
Thank you, Bogdan. We're going to have faith that everything's going to go really well in September. So, yes, you got to think it. And you've been blessed this far, and you're blessing us with this information. It's very important. Another question I want to ask you, Bogdan, is you believe that American doctors are 100% ignorant when it comes to alternative medicine approaches. Why do you have that belief, Bogdan?
Talaya, my belief exactly based on my experience. You can only imagine how many doctors I visited for these 17 years. And every time when I talk to them, every time when I ask them about any holistic approach, can you tell me, can I support my system? They said, no, only time, just provide good environment. And when I start to argue with them, telling I have a family history, it doesn't matter what kind of environment, how healthy food am I gonna be, it's in my DNA. How can I support my body with any natural supplements? How can I provide food to my body to stay alive and sufficient food, energy to fight with cancerous cells? All of them, no exclusion, told me, Bogdan, we don't know because we never been taught, trained about nutraceutical applications. I can only speculate about the reason why. But talking to friends, to relatives, and we share some guests. And these guests are pharmaceutical industry, stay in opposition to nutraceutical industry. That's why all medical doctors, traditional medical doctors, convenient medicine doctors, they got no information. They have nothing in their curriculum to learn about how specifically nutraceuticals can develop such barrier against cancerous cells. Maybe because I got cancer, I assist or encourage my younger daughter to go to medical school. She is PA now, she's working in a hospital, and she's good. And of course, she's 30 years old, and sometimes, time to time, we talk about that. She is the person who could be honest with me. And she said, Pop, we never ever been taught about any nutraceutical stuff. Moreover, all our professors with smiles on their face stated, vitamins, supplements, nutraceuticals, they're not gonna help you. So I'm not sure about how strong the ban to advertise or to suggest nutraceuticals on medical doctors' end exist. I am not a medical doctor. I am, let me say, an orthodox naturopath. Why an orthodox? Because all my knowledge based on experience. I use myself, let me call me a guinea pig, like a laboratory rat. I inject into myself Manuka honey. I try with several dosages. I try with several potencies of Manuka honey. After that, I added bee propolis extract. I learned what's the difference between bee propolis solution and bee propolis extract, which is 20% stronger. And now I want to teach people how to navigate among these 100 feeds of these natural supplements that any people can see on shelves of health food stores, how to understand what's good for them.
Do you consult people on those things? How do you know that something worked for you? What was the outcome?
Outcome is, of course, only your gastroendoscopy or colonoscopy. You should consume that. You should, it's a very strong word, must even stronger, but I do consume that. And result is, so far, I am clean. That's why I went from 20 drops of this 30% bee propolis extract to 40 drops, because I can tolerate such amount of bee propolis. But I learned from another people who calling me every week. And I've been a host for radio show for Russian speaking community in New York for 2 years. So I got hundreds of, let me say, customers. I never charged them a penny. And they told me, oh, I am 82 and I cannot tolerate so much bee propolis. So can I reduce the amount? Of course you can. You should start. I mix 1 teaspoon of Manuka honey with 15 drops of propolis extract. After that, after 2 months, I added another 5 drops of bee propolis extract, totaling 20. Now, after these 17 years, I consume 40 drops. My major point, what I want to deliver to you is, you have to dissolve this homemade mix or blend in your mouth. Do not swallow that. Sometimes it tastes horrible, but after a couple days, you're gonna find it's not. It's the same experience with Shilajit. Initially, I said I'm gonna vomit, but now I said, oh my God, so what? Yes, it's very earthy smell and very earthy taste product. I do dilute it in the water, 1/3 of a gram, and I drink it. I want to live. That's what I want to encourage your listeners to live.
So you are confirming that there is a protocol on how to use these products, and you help people figure out what works best for them. Is that right? Because that's going to be important for the listeners to know. They're going to want to know that, how to use your products. Can they come to you if they have questions and say, hey, I'm not sure how much I should be taking, how often? Is there direction on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Even my website developer told me, Bogdan, you have to make a special column and to tell people, calling me, consultation is completely for free. 15 minutes used to be completely enough. I am not a medical doctor. I don't charge a penny for telemedicine. So don't worry. My cell phone number is published on a website. Feel free. Of course, not at night. Of course, not at 6 a.m. But during normal business hour, call me. Okay. I am your friend. I feel with hundreds of people like they do belong to my family. With 95% of them, I never met. I know these people only by voice. And every time when I said, Bogdan, my colonoscopy result is great, I am clean, I really feel something like extra energy I receive from nowhere. I'm proud that people followed by my simple advices stay healthy another year, another 2, another 3. What a great achievement to suggest people, they follow your suggestion, and they are alive.
Yes, I could not agree more. And for the listeners, for the audience, it's just really important for people to know that once they try something, they're not just on their own. So it's great that you offer consultations, you provide direction. That's very important.
Keyword consultation free.
Yeah, free.
You don't have to pay anything. Just make me happy. Call me. That's it.
Thank you for clarifying that, Bogdan. One other thing I want to talk about is like insurance. And as insurance does not cover like dietary supplements, natural care, holistic care, what can we do to wake our society up so that insurance covers these things so that people who are interested and who want to take a more natural approach to health and healing, what can we try to do to make that happen so it's affordable for people?
Talaya, that's another question that we can talk much more than 45 minutes on Zoom. That's a global question, a crucial question, a big stumbling block. When I visited India and I spent there like 18 days, I spoke with their medical doctors. Even I spoke with a couple officials. In India, they have no difference between you visiting traditional medical doctor in a hospital or holistic medical doctor, holistic doctor. Insurance cover both. We in the United States stay really separated from holistic medicines. That's actually why I had an idea, why not to connect with cancer centers? I try to reach those people from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York. I spent 2 months to reach someone. I got a response. We are not interested. I try to contact another cancer centers because all of them have on-site dispensary and they suggest people buy that supplement. This is supplement, they're clear, or buy that supplement, consume by protocol like this or like that. And they don't want to accept this product that I do offer. Not because it's my brand product, just because they don't believe in that product, regardless of the fact. Hundreds of clinical trials been already done and published result in scientific magazines. I honestly tried to provide with this clinical trial result to them, but the problem is nobody wants to read them. I don't know actually how to take this fortress. Maybe you or maybe your listeners gonna tell me, suggest me how to knock down to these people brain who is in charge to provide these supplements, to accept beehive originated products. I don't know why, for instance, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center popularize powder made from turkey tail mushrooms. It's also said a supplement. I know about that because my neighbor across the block, she has even severe cancer been removed recently, and that's why she introduced me that supplement. And that's actually was a trigger why I start inquiring about why not to add Manuka honey, why not to add to your ammo bee propolis, why not to add Shilajit, why not to add Siberian cedar sap to fight or to depress, to suppress cancer cells development. They keep either zipped their mouths or not responding at all, or just said we are not interested in one sentence. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to reach these people. I really need public advice or suggestion how to do that. All this product been manufactured at FDA registered facility. They pass through all customs, so they are completely legit in the United States. They do certify, they do compliant with anything. Nevertheless, still no success.
Yes, it's a long road. That is one thing that I know for sure, but it's very important. So we have to keep trying to get in front of people and keep these kinds of conversations going, Bogdan. If people are interested in learning more about you or your products, please tell them your website where they can find you.
Oh, our website is www.bmagicUSA.com. B is just B, magic is a magic, and USA is USA.com. So it's easy to understand, easy to remember. After you visit our website, you're going to see contact us. You're going to see my cell phone number, my email address. You're free to contact me anytime.
Wonderful. And Bogdan, you also have a YouTube channel. Let's touch on that quickly and just share on a high level some of the things that you talk about.
If you like to meet me more close virtually, you can find me on YouTube. My channel name's Manuka Honey Guru. 3 words, because I do believe I am a Manuka Honey Guru. And if Talaya gonna find our conversation fruitful and perspective for the next meeting, I'm gonna share with you about a lot of things, negative things associated with Manuka honey and how to understand what real Manuka honey is and how to distinguish real Manuka honey from a Manuka honey just on a label.
Make sure that you check out Bogdan and all the wonderful products and information that he has to offer. And as he mentioned, he does offer a free consultation. So if you have questions, be sure to follow up with him. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, I like to talk to people from all walks of life and also bring on different perspectives about cancer care, healing, all of those things, because everyone is not looking for the same thing. Everything doesn't work for everyone. So it's very important to just know that there are other options out there. That's what this conversation is about. Bogdan, I want to thank you so much for joining us. You have been such a great help. And thank you for shedding more light on nutraceuticals.
Thank you very much, Leah, for having me as a guest and for your existence. It was really a miracle to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And likewise. And keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing, Bogdan. And I believe that it will reach the right people. So just keep doing what you're doing. Before we end today, I'd like to give a shout out to the listeners. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. That is it for this Wednesday. And until next time, let's keep navigating cancer together. Take care. Thanks for listening to this episode of Navigating Cancer Together. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe. And if you appreciate the show, drop a positive rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. For notes from the show, visit ontheotherside.life and check out the podcast section. After you check out the show notes, head over to my gift shop and show yourself or someone special in your life some love with gifts of encouragement, hope, and positive affirmations. I would love it if you joined us for the next episode. Talk to you soon.